If you're in real estate and you use the Follow Up Boss CRM, which is owned by Zillow, you may want to start to rethink that. I've been paying attention in all these groups and everything that are filled with real estate people, these real estate communities. Everybody's losing their minds. And, to give you a little bit of a background, Zillow, which was a consumer facing company, the number one portal in the real estate industry, years ago started buying a lot of different companies and such that were on the realtor side, on the real estate agent side. And everybody was kind of confused by that. And they bought Follow Up Boss, a CRM, and they bought Dot Loop, and they bought Showing Time, and they bought all these different things, and they were assured that the information in there, the customers there, would not be shared amongst those companies, that they would remain separate, and that no data would be shared or be used in any way. As you can see right here, when they bought Follow Up Boss, a CRM that many people use to put their customers in, the big question was, well, can they use that information? And the answer was absolutely not. They couldn't do that. And now that information is starting to change in their privacy policy. It gives Zillow authority to use aggregated and de-identified data freely for business purposes. And now they've gone even further and said Zillow will only use your data from your account for its own purposes when there's a direct independent relationship with that client. For example, if they have a Zillow account, which is millions and millions of people. And so pretty much all of that messaging in the beginning is off the table. Everything about how it's if it's your information, it's yours, it won't be shared, that we're all separate companies. As long as those people, those customers of yours in any one of these separate companies has a Zillow account, it's considered shared data, which is pretty much anybody looking for a house in the US, because just about everybody has a Zillow account. And they've even gone as far to say that they are able to follow up with your leads. If they're in your system, they can follow up with your leads if they don't feel that you're doing it in the appropriate manner, and they have a Zillow account because that's their customer as well. And so, this is that's a very low barrier to entry to say they have a Zillow account. So the question becomes, what do you do about this? And I'm going to answer this all at once, because I have a lot of DMs from you guys saying, hey, I use, what should I switch to? I use Follow Up Boss. What CRM do you recommend? All of these different things. Me personally, I'm a fan of Wise Agent, WISEAGENT.com. They're not going to sell your information like that. I think a lot of you need to start looking at how do you protect your customer information. Unfortunately, that's kind of where we've gotten to. That's where I would go to, but crazy times for sure, guys. These privacy policies are nuts. Any of you experiencing this?